All right, stone's throw from the Capital Beltway. It's Potomac Curling Club. It's the 2022 Fling It. I'm Bo Dewar. I did not win the lottery to play in this event. He's Dylan Klunsky. Did you enter the lottery?
No, I'm not eligible for this one anymore.
You're too old?
Yeah.
I don't know if this was my last year or it depends. I mean, eligibility with COVID and with me not playing in any leagues and stuff like that, do my Saturday morning games count, stuff like that. Saturday morning when the real curling is played, Saturday morning breakfast extravaganza, which just had our last one today. And quick turnaround on the ice, and now we have, these will be 3 rounds. Games are 6 ends with a 90-minute cap. And yeah, these are capped at 3 years or less. I am, however you count the number of years, I'm it's either my 3rd or my 0th. It's hard to say. So the games we have on the ice are, okay, the slider squad with, is that the team that's up there now? Okay, so that looks like Mike Lucadamo, and is that Brian Nist? Oh, okay, there we go. So slider squad is, oh no, I'm completely, oh yeah. Wait a minute, what team am I looking at? Okay, that's not slider squad in the photo. Oh, that's the Underhogs. Oh, I like that. Okay, on sheet A anyway, slider squad is going to be Alex Jarno, Tober Corrigan, Julie Hershey, and Haley Hershey. They'll be playing, who are they playing? Freeze Dried Ambition. Well, I don't know any of these players. Taylor Fry, Cecily Brady, Lauren Cross, and Dan Ice. Oh, do know Dan, okay. Our feature game is sheet B. It's the Underhogs with Aeriel Belk, who's only with us for 1/2 season. Brian Nist, Jennifer Skidmore, and Mike Lucadamo. An all-Saturday morning team, so I love it. They are playing split squad. Erin Cummins, James Cummins, Nathan Hauke, and Dave Reynolds. And on sheet C, it's curls for the girls. Danny Fernandes, Dominic Rodriguez, Kelles, Gordge, and Brett Portch, who just played this morning, so we'll see how he holds up. They are playing post-high school fling. Alex Oxer, J.D. Darlson, Jay Mayfield, and a last-minute pickup from the free agent wire, Drew Procter, who played against me this morning and almost won, so he's in very good shape. And on sheet D, it's, oh man, this is not fair. This is not fair. These teams are ridiculous. Come on, who put these teams together? Anyway, it's just the fling with Bill Engman, Naomi Wong, Nathan McClellan, and Tim Tang. They are playing Man of Steel, Ken Clark, Jessica Harsono, and Josh Day and Jackie Sharp. How do you have those 2 teams playing each other in the first round?
I have no idea. I was not the draw master, and
my goodness,
did not have any hand in putting together.
That is, I mean, if you don't know the people in this club, Josh and Jackie joined this club in September. I think they've already played in maybe 6 or 7 Bonspiels. They're going to 4 this summer. So that's like a whole. They play more in a month than I've played in 3 years of doing this. So anyway, on our feature game, sheet B, which I just played on, it's in very good shape. It is kind of slick out there because it's about 120 degrees outside. I'm exaggerating slightly, but yeah, it's spring has finally sprung. So they have Mike playing lead for the Underhogs. A lot of the players who are out there now played in Curling 101 just this past February. So very new to the sport, but they had a really detailed 3-week training. And then a lot of them have come out on Saturdays because you become a daytime member basically when you go through Curling 101, so you get to do a lot of fun things, including Saturday morning, which again is where the real curling is played and where we have Scrapple. So.
Guess we probably need to make sure that we got the stone colors right for all of our sheets.
Okay, well on yellow I can tell you that Underhogs is indeed red.
Okay.
Because that's Mike. about to play there. On sheet D, who's that stepping to the hack now? I'm not sure. You know, when you see people with stopwatches, that's one of those things where you go, no, you're just taking this way too seriously. So, on sheet C, Drew is throwing a yellow rock. So, and Drew was the last minute pickup for post-high school fling. So that is correct. Curls for the girls. They have their shirts and hoodies. Wow. So they're prepared to shed a layer and still be in good shape. Okay, so those colors are correct. Sheet A, I think that's Tober is sweeping a yellow rock. And Tober is on the slider squad. So
just swap those.
Yeah, so I think those are swapped.
Okay.
I think. I might double check that in a little bit. And on sheet, well, that's it, right? Because yeah, that's it.
Yep, looks like everything should be good.
Mm-hmm. It's a little tricky because everyone, with people this new, sometimes you just haven't bumped into them, especially if they haven't come out. Yeah, it depends on when they come in. Of course, sometimes you just don't know people because, you know, we're all in different leagues. We're all, we don't all see each other at different times. There's someone I'm actually friends with in this club who I haven't seen now in about 3 years.
Yep.
That's just the way it works sometimes. And of course, COVID just really took a bite out of us. It's been a really good year for the club, though, coming back from COVID and running all these programs, coincide with the Olympics. So much interest in our programs.
Yep. Did you play in any leagues this year at all?
No, I'm thinking about finally entering a league in the fall. I did. I've basically just been doing so much with my Saturday stuff, and came out a couple of times on Tuesdays. Spared once a pizza league. Yeah, I might finally take the plunge and join a league in the fall. But pre-COVID, I was actually playing close to twice a week.
Okay.
Between all the different daytime programs, and then this year I've just been, you know, organizing more than I've been playing. So.
Yeah, I played in a couple leagues in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Monday night men's league and the Thursday night league.
Okay.
And then for the spring, I only played the Thursday night league. But for all three of those leagues I played this year, but great teams.
Yep.
Did pretty well. Had a lot of fun. In fact, my Thursday night team, we played together in both halves, and we're gonna actually play together in the fall.
Wow.
Where we've been talking about actually entering the Capital League.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Capital League, I guarantee you I will never play in Capital League. It's one of those things where even if I did get that good, I'd probably pull like the Ty Webb and Caddyshack thing and, you know, never want to play in something that serious. Go out and just sort of like, you know, if I were that good, just go out, you know, hit my 68 and, you know, go back and.
Yeah.
Because I am undefeated in Bonspiels, I will point out.
Oh,
I played in one. It was my stellar lead play that won it. Had nothing to do with the fact that Michael Dobbs was our skip.
Oh.
Please note sarcasm. So, no, it was a lot of fun. That's the only one I played in. I might go to an out-of-town spiel at some point for the experience. I actually lived in Wilmington, North Carolina for 3 years. So I was way back when. They have a wait list now for their spiel this summer.
Oh, wow.
But I inquired about being put on that wait list. That is one of the ones that Jackie and Josh are going to. They're going, I think they told me, to Wilmington, to Cape Cod, to Pittsburgh, and to Denver.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I still haven't ever gotten the chance to do an out-of-town spiel. First several years I was a curler, I wasn't actually here. I was up in Alaska.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so a little challenging to get to out-of-town spiels.
A bit. There was an Alaska team here for Club Nationals with Olympian Jessica Schultz skipping.
Okay.
It was really cool to meet her, someone I admired for a long time. In fact, Club Nationals, we had 3/5 of the 2014 women's team here because Jessica was skipping the team from Alaska, and Swiss Helm was skipping the team from Michigan, I want to say, and they faced each other in the final. And Debbie McCormick was here selling merchandise or gear for Goldline. I bought a broom from Debbie McCormick.
Nice.
Very happy with that. So.
Yep. But yeah, so then I've been a member here twice for 1 year each so far.
Right.
And then I had to be out of the country for a couple of years. But yeah, so I just finished my 5th year curling. And I unfortunately missed the chance to play in the Dykes or in the Kaiser, which was a little disappointing because I wanted to try to get it to at least one of those.
Yeah, I was going to go to the Kaiser when it was at Triangle in 2020, and I was told, oh yeah, I'm going to get you on a team, and that never came to pass, so I did not get to go. I'm still eligible. I think, and again, I hear so many different, they say, oh, if you play 10 games, that counts as a year. Okay, so what counts as a game?
Yeah.
This morning I played a 5-in game on Saturday morning. Kind of instructional with guests and so forth. Is that a game? I don't know. The first time I curled was in 2010, the day before the Winter Olympics started, in a club in Vancouver that they actually left their physical facility and took over the Olympic venue, I'm told. It's too bad because the facility was tremendous. But we did basically a rental for USA Today staff.
Okay.
And then for some reason, I just never came out and did it again. Of course, having kids takes up a bit of your time.
Yeah.
So let's see, working backwards. This is basically my 4th year as a member, but of course that includes the COVID year where we didn't play at all.
Right.
So 3rd year in which I played. And there's been some talk that the year that was cut short would not count as a full year, even though that would be the year where I played the most because I was playing close to twice a week.
Right.
So yeah, I became a member in 2018-19. And I had come out on Saturdays probably 4 times in 2 years before that.
Okay.
So that's my playing experience. All told, it's probably less than 60 games.
Okay.
And of course, naturally, COVID hit right when I was getting reasonably competent.
That's how it always goes.
Yes, it is. We are to skip rods in our feature game now, and oh wait, or are we? No, we're not.
No, this is
It's the last of the Vice rods.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there was a red rock from B that has trickled over to A. So I did not see that. So, who was the Vice on this team?
This is Underhogs.
For the Underhogs? Yeah, because I know
Vice is Brian Nist.
Oh, it is Brian. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, his shot, unfortunately, through the house. I had one of those on this sheet earlier. Probably an interesting age disparity between our 2 skips here. With James Cummins and with Dr. Aeriel Belk, we should point out. So apparently the powers that be in academia have decided that she needs to be in Alabama instead of D.C., which I think we need to protest. So I do love the fact that you have all ages represented. We had a game this morning where we had someone who's preparing for junior nationals.
Oh, wow.
Paired him up with a skip who is, I think, 8 years old, who's now who also, I think she's ready to run the Saturday program. She gave everyone their name tags today and was writing names on them. And
it's fantastic.
Yeah. So that is sort of an accidental guard. Actually, she may have been throwing a guard there, and in any case, it works. So here's Aeriel's coming down for her first shot, discussing with Brian. No scores up yet in any of our other games.
All our games look like they're about at the same place, the same number of rocks left or so.
Yeah. It's funny, this morning we had the game with the juniors tryout was flying through. They were going at just a warp speed. My game only got through 5 ends. I think their game got through 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just looked over and thought, wow, they're going so fast. When you're doing a lot of instruction, their game's going to go kind of slowly.
Yeah.
So we had, I was playing against actually Drew, who was on sheet C. It was his first time skipping. Actually, he was going to have 2 first-time skips going against each other, but it just didn't work out that way. Had some late cancellations and things like that got in the way. I can hear Aeriel's very distinctive voice, but I can't quite hear what she's saying.
Yep.
Just clearing that yellow rock, apparently. So get rid of the guard on this shot and then try to do something in the next shot. So. Aeriel first skipped on our Saturdays, I think a couple of weeks ago, and she has a good voice for it because it's sort of carried. Her voice clips through a little bit. My voice apparently just blends into the scenery and nobody knows what I'm saying. This shot is going to hit the guard. It's one of those things where if she'd hit it on the nose, she perhaps could have gotten both, but I think she just wanted to get that one out of the way. Now, of course, Cummins can replace this. Looks like that might be the call.
Down to yellow's last rock.
Exact same thing as last time. We're trying to go on the top 12.
I'm not really trying to follow the rest of the games. All I can tell you on sheet D is that looks like about 12 rots are in play.
Yeah. And we're down to the hammer over there on sheet D.
Okay. Yeah, again, that is a blockbuster matchup. That I'm pretty sure this is a random draw. I don't think this was any seeds, because if they had seeded it by ability, those two would not be playing in the first round.
Yeah.
Because those are teams that really. Bill Langman is in Capital League. He joined in his second year. I don't know if this is his second or third year. Yeah, Ken Clark, the wizard of the webcast, the man who made all of these cameras and graphics and everything, who's put them all together. He is the skip on sheet D and is shooting for, do we have a view of that house?
Yeah, we'll get a view of that house.
Okay.
Let's take a
sheet
look
D,
here.
Man of Steel, okay. So if he can get through there and get that red out, he could be a shot for, I'm not sure the angles really line up for 3.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, of course, right now, he's not shot. Okay, the rock he threw is coming in now. It's just going to hit guards.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be a 1-point steal for.
It's just the fling, yep. Okay, Aeriel's shot for the Underhogs. A shot for 2 if she can hit and stick, but that's kind of a soft weight tap. This looks like it's pretty far wide. I mean, it might curl back in and tap it. Aeriel does not look happy with it. Well, if it can make contact, and it does, just barely.
I think that's still going to go.
I think it's a steal for split squad, yeah. So, as Aeriel slips.
Yeah.
We should be on skip rods on C, okay. A, this is not the hammer. This is the last stone for yellow. On C, that's the first of the skip rots for yellow. So sheets B and D are the only ones that finished. They each with 1 point steals. So.
We'll stay here on this view for a second while these other 2 games finish. Then we'll get back to focusing on our feature sheet.
I think we should have Freya do commentary. She didn't hear me. She usually hears me. So I think Freya's going to take over for commentary when I leave it too. Okay, let me yell.
Okay, we got the hammer coming in here on sheet A. And it's gonna just slide on out. So slider squad is gonna take a couple here. We'll see exactly how many they hang. Looks like they took 3 for slider squad over on there.
Wow. Okay, which one is this? Okay. Why is there both the... Oh, that's right, one's the monitor. Okay, so put the headset on for you. Okay, can you hear things? Can you say something so we can see if we hear you through the microphone? Okay, I didn't hear anything there. Oh, wait a minute. Try again.
Hi.
Hi, Freya. Okay, so Freya's going to join us on expert commentary. What do you see on sheet B right now, Freya?
1 yellow.
1 yellow. And red has already thrown, so what would you do if you were yellow, if you were a split squad right now?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Probably head it out.
Well, you wouldn't want to hit your own, right? Yellow's throwing right now.
A draw.
A draw? Okay. It looks like they're trying to throw a draw here. And what do you think? I think this one's going to come up light, but it might be a guard, which also would be a good call, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, actually, that's perfect. My goodness.
That is a really good guard.
That is a really good card.
And we're finally down to the hammer here on sheet C.
Okay.
Post-high school fling with their hammer, and currently sitting 1 in amongst all that mess.
Yeah, do you see a path here for 2?
Not
really.
I mean, I guess they could come over on the skip's left, clear that high guard, and curl in and maybe try to bump that number 2 redstone. It was on the edge of the 4-foot.
Yeah.
But that'd be a really tough shot with a lot of curl.
Yeah, I had a shot like that today, and I literally just threw it away.
Yeah. I don't...
I figured I could only do harm.
Yeah. There isn't really any good. The only other possible thing is they come around on the outside of all these guards on the skip's right side, which looks like what they're lining up to possibly do, and just draw in around and try to sit inside and hit like full 4.
Right. Now, is this Alexa or skip on this sheet? I believe Alexa Oxer.
Yes.
Yes. Who goes by the nickname Downeaster Alexa, in a homage to the Billy Joel song. I'm watching sheet B, but I'm really curious to see what how Alexa pulls this off or what she's trying to do. On sheet B, I think we have a shot that's going to go through and not do what they wanted it to do.
Yeah, that's carrying way too much speed.
Yeah. Aeriel gives a little brush just to be sure, but
Yep.
yeah. And Alexa launches with, that seems to be a little bit of weight. Could she be trying to try an in-off or some kind?
That's definitely a draw. It's slowing down.
Okay.
You're going to start seeing it come in here on the screen.
And it's on the guards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's all that's going to happen.
that's going to end up being just a 1-point take for...
Post-high school fling.
Yep. So not a steal, but only taking 1.
If I had been in this event, my team was going to be called Coach K's Final Fling because I went to Duke and edited a book on Coach K, and my vice, Todd Trivet, went to Duke. I can't remember if D also went to Duke, but at least half of us went to Duke, so in honor of our departed basketball coach, Mike Krzyzewski. And we just had another flash on B as well. So this is the farthest, no, actually sheet D is the farthest along of our games, and that looks a little bit less convoluted than the last one. All right, so Freya, what do you do now if you're yellow? Yellow has it. Do you think you can hit that red rock out of there?
You probably shouldn't. You should just draw in.
Just draw in, okay. Freya, how long have you been playing? We've talked about how long you play. How long have you been playing?
7 years.
7 years, and how old are you?
10.
10, okay.
Wow. I only wish that I had been able to start curling that early. I got my start in 2014, right after the Sochi Olympics.
Okay.
Because the Fairbanks Curling Club had did the typical, Olympic year, had a learn to curl event that they publicized out, and that's how I got my first introduction. I'd seen curling during the Vancouver Games 4 years prior, but didn't have an opportunity. And so when that opportunity came 4 years later, I jumped on it and I fell in love with curling.
Yeah, I was at the 2002 Olympics just in the media center. I bought tickets for a couple of things, but I wasn't covering anything out the venues as I did in future years. But these were the days before you could watch anything you wanted to from your own television. So being in the media center and having access to all of the feeds meant that we wound up watching a fair amount of curling. We didn't know anything about it. But it's funny how you get sucked into it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you first see and you think, what in the world is this? And then you start paying attention. And yeah, there's a lot to it. Well, Freya, I don't think this accomplished much of what they wanted to do.
I think they're trying to do a takeout.
Think they're trying to do a takeout? Probably so. See, I would try to run that red into that yellow because I never play in games that mean anything, so I often try, ultra heroic shots. Like I sometimes call it the Saturday morning hero shot. But you can also do the Wednesday morning hero shot or the Tuesday matinee hero shot. All the joy of being a daytime member. Although I suppose you could also do the Pizza League hero shot. I have spared the Pizza League a few times. Split squad in here with what, I think that draw pad just hung out on him a little bit. It's a little too heavy.
The red out-counted the yellow.
Yes, you're right. The red is second shot. Oh, and the yellow, good sweeping. Aeriel got it all the way out. Okay, so Brian and Aeriel having an interesting conversation back and forth about this one.
They might tap the yellow into the house.
Looks like she's calling control weight or so, just to get rid of that yellow guard.
Yeah. And if it flashes past that guard and runs the red into yellow, that's also a good result. Yeah, either way, that's one of those where plan B is about as good as plan A.
Yep.
This sheet, actually, I can tell you, one of my shots curled from the blue yarn line that you see, the one that's even with the edge of the floor, curled from that all the way to the other side of the 12.
Oh my.
Yeah.
From all the way from the opposite wheelchair line?
Yeah, from the opposite wheelchair line all the way to where it was full 12 on the other side of the house.
Man, that is a lot of curl.
That is a lot of curl. And it meant that I was basically going, okay, plan A, okay, plan A is off, plan B, plan C, and then, well, okay, that didn't do too much harm.
Way out on the corner, but not quite looking like that's touching the house on that last one.
Probably not, no. I'm peeking over at D. It's funny, now the action is coming toward us, and it seems like every sheet I'm seeing stones just flash by.
Yeah.
And another on A. Everything is flashing right now. I think it's maybe just the ice is a little faster than people are thinking right now.
Yeah, I think they didn't take into account it would speed up as much as it probably did.
Yeah.
The ice does change quite a bit from first into second. That was actually, so I played on Thursday night for my league final. And that was definitely one of the challenges on Thursday night. It got quick pretty fast pretty quickly. And then continued to...
That was a nice shot.
That was a very nice shot on B. That's
Yep.
correct. Nice shot from Brian. That was Brian, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yep.
But yeah, as the game developed, also the ice continued to develop more and more swing, and so more curl. It's a little difficult to keep up with sometimes.
D is a much more wide open end this time. They're just trading hits down the center.
Yep. Over here back on B, they're calling a takeout on that.
You know, when you're playing against stick curlers, never leave the takeout. Always leave a draw if you can, because boy, the speed that they can get.
Yep.
And they're just pointing and shooting. You know, they're just fewer things they're doing. All right, got one. Might have preferred to get both, but that's maybe being a little greedy.
Yeah.
Freya, you would have gotten both, right?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
If I had a good day.
If you had a good day. Did you have a good day today?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay.
Now all the sheets have considerably less stones in play right now than they did in the last end.
They do. There's a nice red wall across the tee line on A.
Yep. Wow. Sheet D is playing pretty quick because they just started the third end already.
Yes, they did. I have no idea what happened over there. I guess whoever threw last must have, whoever had hammer must have scored one. You know, the way that end was going, and that would have been the yellow team. Oh no, they got two.
Oh, they got two.
They got two. Ken Clark with a shot for two that I'm sure was brilliant. Oh, I know why. It's because they had one that was biting.
Yes,
So,
that's right.
So they kept trading hits up the middle. Ken had the last hit there and left one yellow in the center, and he had one biting, so that was two.
Yep.
Okay. On sheet B, the negotiations continue. I like the fact that one of the curls for the girls people has like has nice bows on his broom.
Yeah.
So
Looks like it's their vice because I think they're down to skip stones.
is that Brett at the far end? Is Brett their skip?
Not.
Yes.
Brett.
Or no,
Brett's
Brett's
listed
their
as their lead.
Oh, there might be someone on the team who looks
Vice's
like Brett.
name is Dominic.
Okay. Wow, what a weird curl on B. Thing took a little S shape. Kind of like in Trading Places when they say they want to paint an S on the side of a car, so people would say, look at that S car go. I think curls for the girls is going with a different order here because I think that
Yeah, you might be right.
I think that is Brett. And on sheet B, the eternal mistake, leaving a stick curler with a takeout. And by the way, if you're watching, Howard, we hope you're feeling better. We missed you this morning, buddy. Thanks for everything this season. Well, the Underhogs are line 2 right now. But here comes the takeout from, I should know her name. Look up in a second. That is not the Underhogs from the team they're playing. Split squad. Oh, Erin Cummins, I believe.
Oh, yes.
And, oh, unfortunately, kind of wrecked on her own.
It looks like 2 red.
It is 2 red, and so
They
now,
have the hammer, too, so.
Yeah, so Aeriel's going to have a draw here for 3. And I hope she's not thinking about it too much, because the times that she skipped on Saturday, she's feeling like, oh, and skip, I never throw that. It's like, Aeriel, you can do this. So
They're calling from that. They're calling from this side. I would, if I were making this call, I would draw in from the opposite side. It's a little more open. I mean, okay, they're trying to.
This is their last shot, isn't it?
Yes, this is the hammer.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're trying to put it over on that side in the 8-foot when they can just.
And it looks like they were saying behind this guard. Well, I mean, you don't need to go behind any
Yeah,
guard.
you just need to hit full 8-foot and you get 3. Like,
Sure.
not a very complicated shot, in my opinion.
An easy draw.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Of course, it's easy to miss easy draws. But yeah, you're right. It's not complicated. The call is obvious.
But they're sticking with their guns and coming in from the skip's right side.
Looks light to me, and I think the sweeper
that is not going to do what they want. Well, actually.
Well,
it looks good.
James Cummins running out to try to sweep it past. Wait a minute. How do you have? Oh, they had 2 people sweeping, which they're not allowed to do.
See what they figure out. It's definitely only sitting 2 at the moment.
Yeah,
we'll
but
see if
I think the non-offending team gets to say that's a rules question I have not seen come up very often. I wonder what to hang on the board. Because we had 2 for the 2 sweepers come out, and you can't do that.
Yep.
I mean, I think if it were me in that situation, I'd say that's our bad. You get 3. But we'll see what they call. I did not think that shot was that heavy.
I didn't either.
Yeah. We'll see what they hang.
No.
We're to the point in the game in this field where all of our views are blocked. I'm trying to look at sheet C, where red has 1 guard and 5 in the house, and yellow has nothing.
We'll show that.
Yeah, and
we are getting down towards the end. Looks like we're down to skip stones on C. And we're coming, I think that was the hammer, I think, on A right there.
It looks like it, and that would be 3 red, I believe.
Yes, sir. Yep. And
So-
they're removing stones. So,
Yeah, so-
that's a 3 red to tie the game.
Yep. This shot on C, I guess this was the Lexus shot, and trying to just draw in from somewhere and
Start some damage control.
at most, I think she's out counting one. Yeah, she's out counting one of them.
I think she
Oh, she
actually,
two.
yeah,
Okay,
2
yeah.
of them.
2 of them, yeah.
So now
Okay.
it's down to actually out counting 3. She's out counting all 3 of the ones on the left
Okay.
half of the sheet
Yeah.
from our view.
Yeah, the overhead really helps here. So.
But yeah,
Right.
curls for the girls is definitely just gonna try to hit that, remove it, and probably see if they can either leave it or, even better would be if they roll it towards the center a little bit. This is their skips first. Still don't have a hung score on sheet B yet for the results of that last end.
It looks like they're going for a draw.
Yeah, this one's definitely going to drift in, and yep, it's in the 12-foot. Still haven't hung up that score from the second end to tell us whether they decided it was the 2 as it was sitting or if they're going to do something about that potential rules question.
That there's only 1 sweeper allowed.
Right, yeah, because the other team, so it was
2.
Yeah, well, red had, the yellow team came out and had 2 sweepers sweeping a red stone.
Oh.
So we'll see if they come to a conclusion on whether to just leave it or do something with that. Okay, so we're getting 7th stone for here on sheet C for curls for the girls. This is looking like this is not going to do what they want.
It's gonna
It's
tap their own red back.
right.
So didn't really do any damage, but at the same time didn't really do any help.
No. So, of course, they have hammer. So whatever Alexa does here now, it would be really nice if Alexa can sort of bury one on the in the 4-foot here.
Right.
They still haven't posted the score on sheet B from that last end, have they?
No, they
No.
haven't yet.
So, yeah, someone fussed at me today when I was skipping on B and I hung the score, and they said, only the Vice is supposed to do that. And I said, you know how much it irritates us on the webcast when the Vice is like, because the Vice is down the other end from the scoreboard.
Yep.
So, I don't know, in leads, what's your etiquette on that? Do you wait till the Vice, 10 minutes later gets down to the other end and hangs the score, or do you just go have someone else hang it?
So typically we just have the Vices do it, like they say, but we're also not typically being webcast, so.
Sure.
It's not as much of a issue in most of the league nights.
Yeah, we actually have resorted to holding up a sign that says hang the score at times.
Okay, so Alexa's last stone there. It's touching 4, but
Yeah.
I think it's still being out counted.
I think so. The bigger problem is that it's open.
Right.
So,
It's a fairly open takeout.
yeah, you make contact with it, and that is probably 3, we're thinking.
If the shooter sticks,
Right?
yeah, definitely 3.
Yeah.
That outside yellow is out counting 3 of the reds on the outside, but it's definitely a good shot for 3 here for curls for the girls.
On D, Bill Engman is coming down to the other end of the ice with purpose. I'm not sure what that purpose is. Okay, so on C, here comes. Oh, that's not going to do much of anything. So,
nope.
So good damage control there from Post High School Fling. In fact, they're taking a look at the ones in the center. And it's got to be red, isn't it?
I would bet money that was red.
Yeah. That doesn't take a little bit. So on sheet B, we have it confirmed now. Underhogs scored 2, so really very generous on the part of Aeriel and Split Squad. I think they would have been well within their rights to say that that because 2 people came out to sweep, that their rock could have outcounted the others, but maybe they figured, it was going to go that far anyway.
It hit the red out.
On B?
Yes.
Okay. And back from the hospital, it's Sean Cole with his arm in a sling. So you will have a webcaster for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, are you operating the rest of the day?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Of course, we have Freya here, so that's all the commentary we need.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
And that redstone just flashes right through.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for red. Bill Engman with the world's smallest stabilizer on D.
Oh, yeah, that is.
A small stabilizer.
I mean, it's almost like the Canadians who have like those corn brooms, and they're not stabilizing at all. They're basically just putting their fingers on the ice and sliding down. Yeah.
I've seen a couple. There's 1 or 2 members here that actually use that. Use one of those. I know Paul Luthi uses that a lot.
Okay.
When he's delivering. In fact, I just saw him using it the other night when I was here for Thursday Night League. He was on the sheet next to me, and he was using it. This one's coming in some good amount of speed.
It missed.
Yep. And over on sheet D, they just finished the 3rd end.
They're going really
and
fast.
It's just the Fling took 2 to make it a 3-2 game.
Now they are flying. I mean, the bell will ring at the 90-minute mark, and at that point you need to finish up whatever end you're on. That's generally enough to get 6 ends in. They would think will get their 6 pretty easily.
I think so, yeah.
Oh boy, another flash for red.
Gave a little bump to that back end yellow, but not anything significant.
Yeah.
Nothing to change the game.
No, certainly not.
Brian Nist, the vice there. Brian, another one of those people that I assigned the first skipping role on Saturday morning too, and he was actually assigned to be my skip. Called him off once because the other skip, wonderful Dave Norman, was working with Brian a lot, which I really appreciate. But had Brian have me throw a draw, and I just like motioned down the ice. I did like a punching motion, like no, I want to hit. I actually hit the double takeout. So So I was able to back up my words on that occasion. It doesn't always happen, but that time it did. Not a flash that time on B, but also not a lot of contact.
Yep.
Again, it's just
A tiny tap.
a tiny tap.
Yep.
That's right.
Ice is curling a little more than I think they're expecting.
Yep.
Either they're not delivering with as much weight as they should be, or they're not taking into account that amount of curl. Not sure which way they're not compensating.
Yeah. Again, it's hard to say because I had one that just turned left practically on me. I don't think it picked. I've been accused of not throwing quite enough rotation on mine, so that could be an issue. But that doesn't usually happen when you don't put enough rotation. Sometimes, I mean, I've seen it kind of turn back to the right when you lose rotation, but
Right, yeah, when it loses handle and just decides what it wants to do.
Yep.
Oh, little spill from the
Aeriel
skip there.
Aeriel putting all of her weight behind that one.
After you want to hit it.
And,
It missed.
well, we got the back one. All right.
Plan B.
Plan B, that's right. And they didn't even have time to call Plan B because that thing was scooting through there. This is very interesting, the stick curler here on B, and she has the stick so far out in front of herself to start with. It's an interesting delivery.
Yep.
It's not what I would expect, you know, Howard knows supposed to teach. This looks like it's, no, yeah, don't catch the outside. I think it'll spill though.
Ooh.
And not quite get the red out. The red jams. Oh, bit of a break.
The yellow looks
Break
like
the red.
it's countering.
Yeah, she did manage to push both those reds out far enough, accidentally. So the yellow is sitting shot.
Yeah.
Sitting
But-
1, 2.
Of course, it's open, although the thing is that it could easily jam on any of those three.
Right.
So it's not just a question of hitting it, it's a question of having it go the right way. Of course, those are the ones that really get you pumped up the most, aren't they? When you hit one and hit it through something.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the best shot I ever hit was one where I had to do a run back through a port.
Okay.
And of course, what made it most impressive was I did it on A, which
Oh.
is not the
Nice.
most predictable sheet that we have.
No.
So, in fact, that's probably why it worked.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I remember sliding down to the other end. Scott Dalrymple, great guy, runs Tuesday matinee, and this was on the Tuesday matinee, was saying, great shot, and I'm coming down the ice going, I did it? Sheet A has practically every rock in play right now.
Yeah.
So. Hi. Oh. Praise waving by to people.
Okay, here's
Here's the Aeriel to takeout attempt. She again ends up partway on the ice. She's going to hit it. Can she hit it through the port, through the middle tube out there, or to the right of it?
Oh.
no, she jammed on her own.
Oh no! Oh. Unlucky for Aeriel there.
Yep. So split squad here with a fairly straightforward draw for 2 with their hammer.
Of course, it's a stick curler, so
Yep.
stick curler's a little more difficult to throw draws than takeouts.
Yep.
But depends.
I mean, it just needs to hit full 8 to sit 2, so that's
Yeah. And of course, he has the broom straight down the middle. So I guess so that made sense. I guess she's curling to the other side. You think you would place the broom still a little bit farther to the left, wouldn't you?
I would.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just to give yourself more air, because this is going to overcurl.
It might even go through.
Well, through isn't as big of a problem as it's sitting outside. It's the right weight, but the wrong line on that call. So that's going to only be 1 for yellow on that.
Yeah.
Because they are not going to. So we'll show the house here. Oh, they already started moving the stones.
Yeah. All right, the sheet where we're closest to the end here. Let's see if we can see sheet A, which is already 3-3 after 2 ends, and now has more rods to play than I can count because they're all at the other end.
Well, let's take a look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 6 reds, 5 of them clustered like Cassiopeia up near the hog line, and then a cluster of 3. So yeah, it's funny, so many rods are in play, but they're really kind of irrelevant, except they completely blot that one side out. Sean Cole back from the hospital. How are you, sir? See you. Oh, by the way, sorry about Mike Bossy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very sad news. Yeah, Mike Bossy, the first hockey game that I ever saw, and the only one I saw probably before age 18 or so. The New York Islanders beat the Atlanta Flames 10-4. Mike Bossy had a hat trick within about 6.5 minutes in that game.
Oh, man, that's really quick.
That was a high-scoring team. That was a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, the legendary Mike Bossy. Well, we have close games here on all four sheets. As I will be handing off to Sean whenever he gets set, if he wants. While Kevin White sips from the world's largest martini glass. What is that? On sheet A, they are kicking them away, and it looks like that red one that was in the center stuck around.
It's going to be a 1-point steal then.
Yeah, I guess did red. Red must have thrown up a guard with that last one to make it. Wow, it looked like an arrow.
Yeah.
There's five forming like the notch part of it, and then that one forming the bow. So, yeah, some sculpture work there with the guards. Very impressive stuff.
Get back to our feature sheet here.
Early in this end, and
that is going to. Is it going to stop?
Oh, it's going to stop. Is it going to touch?
No, it's biting. It's biting.
Okay. Would you probably prefer to have that one sitting out a bit? So.
Yeah, they would have wanted the corner guard, not the bite.
Right.
Just for the sake of then it can't be touched for a few more rocks.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. But.
The free guard.
Yep. However, I think they're probably doesn't look like Split Squad's gonna try to do anything to it yet.
Don't think so. No, she's got her hand out.
I think they're just trying to draw behind their own guard.
Their own guard.
Yeah, of course, this one was thrown way out farther than the broom.
But it is curling a lot already.
Boy, it really is.
I would.
And that's actually going to bump on their guard.
Wow.
But
told you we saw
didn't get it in the house.
It is going to bite just a little bit.
Just barely biting.
Yep.
Can't tell which one is sitting shot because they're both way out on the outside, but
it looks kind of like red.
Yeah, at least from the camera right now, but the camera is helpful, but isn't quite that precise a lot of times.
It might niche the yellow.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't sweep it a bit more, but then again, well, wow. Just barely missed, yeah. I mean, I guess.
If
And
it did,
it's-
it might have been in the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah. Yeah, she tried to push it away too soon. Yeah,
Yep.
they. Well, I mean, sometimes you have, obviously there's people sometimes in their first season or so of curling, they don't necessarily know all the rules. So.
Yep.
All right. So Sean got pizza. Wait, are we allowed to take pizza?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We might be able to.
All right, so I am going to sign off. This is Bo Dewar. I've really enjoyed webcasting with everyone this season. Leaving you with Dylan still here at the comm, and Freya is still going to be joining us for commentary for a little while. And taking over my headset will be Sean Cole. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
By the way, don't go to the hospital. It's not fun. Okay, this one's hanging out here a little ways. We'll see if it's going to curl back in and clip this other yellow. Looks like it's going to. This is going to be a good shot. And it might even get a good roll in behind the guards. Nice job.
That was pretty good on the roll. Would have liked a little more, but
Yeah, but it's still probably half hidden.
try again.
No, yours isn't active.
It's odd.
Well, looks like we're going to get a good hit. The question is, do we get a roll? Yeah, we get a little bit of a roll, but not enough. That's still out in the open. Wow, she's expecting more curl in the ice this time because she's got her target just a little bit further off instead of straight on for a hit.
It wasn't
Now-
exactly on the broom.
No, and she's got them sweeping to try and keep it straight, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, that's way tight on the center
yeah.
line. That's gonna,
That was off target. Good call. Good call on being off the broom. Now we got a stick curl.
Yep.
He's looking to try and draw in behind those two guards. Or at least that one guard over on the left. That looks like that might be a bit heavy. Now, the ice is slowing it up a little bit, but not enough. That's going to go through. She's going to be able to sweep that right out.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
going
you
through.
could see that was heavy right out of the release.
like we're finally down to the hammer on sheet C, and there is an absolute monster amount of rocks down there.
A lot.
Well,
On one side.
Yeah, here's the view of the house at least, but here we'll show you the whole picture on C.
right, but that's a yellow hammer coming in
Yep.
on that.
Looks like
So they're
coming from the other side.
looking to hit Shotstone and stay
Roll.
on C.
It hit and roll.
They're just looking to hit Shotstone and then stay on C.
Yep. Although at the moment it looks like red's sitting 3 on that sheet C.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
but again, if they hit Shotstone, they'll take the 1 with a hammer
Yeah.
again, which is
Yeah.
which is a force, but you still rather score 1 than give up 3.
right, definitely.
Looks like it's gonna go straight through.
Yep, over there on the feature sheet.
Yep.
It looked like it had good weight, but it didn't aim at the broom.
Okay, here comes the hammer on C.
See what
She's in the hack. She's lining her up.
Yep. See what Alexa can do with this shot.
Looks like a takeout.
Looks good coming out.
Good weight.
Yep. It's just got to curl some. It's got to curl. It's not
Wow.
curling.
It
It's
is
too heavy.
Oh no.
It's too heavy. It's not going to curl. It's going to be a steel 3.
Yep.
Oh,
That's a big hurt.
it hurt them a lot. Sheet D looked like it had some awesome sweeps.
We're going to get the beginning of skip stones here on our feature sheet.
And again, that red's all wide open for a hit. If she can hit it.
Yep.
The weight looks good, but it has to curl a lot.
Yeah. It's going to need a lot of curl.
A
and it's not going to
lot,
have
but
it.
it's not going to. It's
Yep.
going to go
Nope.
straight through.
Well, I've tend to notice that stick curling is not necessarily as accurate as they would like it to be.
Yeah. Though typically stick curlers have a little bit higher success rate with
With hits.
Yeah.
They tend to be better with hits, but again, they also tend to not be as accurate as they could be.
right.
As you could be in normal cone.
Right. Those of us that aren't handicapped curlers.
Maybe if you started with a stick, then it might be easier to aim than if you curled normally and then you went to a stick.
Looks like she might try and draw in for a freeze here.
Yeah.
Well, again, based on where his target is, Either that or she's trying to draw in behind the 2 guards and put a second one in the 8-foot.
Yeah.
Either way, she's throwing a draw here.
Looks
The sweepers are staying off of it. Okay, now they're starting to clean it a little bit. I think they need to sweep it some more because it's going to be light. It's going to end up being a guard.
They need to sweep really hard.
It's going to end up being a guard. But again, that's going to help guard shot stone. Now.
That's a nice guard for their stone.
Not bad. Not bad.
It
looks like it's a pretty straight. Yeah, you can't see shot stone now.
Yeah,
that's a good guard.
Hmm?
I don't know that yellow's got any sort of a good chance to try and knock this out.
They might It kind of looks like they're gonna tap that yellow into the red, but that doesn't look like it.
No, his target is there. He's having her try and hit it. But I don't think with the weight she's going to have to throw that it's going to come in the way they want it to.
Got a score update over on sheet C. They finished their 4th end. They've been ahead of everyone else, and it's just the Fling took 2 more points to go up 5-2.
Okay, this actually looks pretty good.
Looks nice.
Question is, does it clip the guards? It's going to clip the guards.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That was almost really cool.
Okay. All right, we're down to the hammer here on sheet C. They've got a shot here for Okay, here we go. Here comes the hammer. Coming in. Doesn't seem to have quite a lot of weight on it, so I don't think this is going to end up changing anything.
It might not go over the hog line.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't even know if it's going to make it in play.
They should have swept it.
But they'd prefer it to be light there if it wasn't going to do what they want. So that's going to end up being we got to figure this out here. Here's the view. Looks like it could potentially have been 4 points for the Underhogs. See exactly what they hang up. So potentially a big end here for them.
I'm fine. You're okay. You're not going to hurt me. All right. I have high tolerance. You won't hurt me. I'll be okay.
Go to our all houses view here for a minute while we wait for our feature sheet to tell us what the score was.
Might have to wait for the vices to put the score on.
So we're also getting down to the end, I think, on sheet A, and we've got several rocks left on sheet C for their 4th end. Well, so they've already started the 5th end here on our feature sheet, and the first one was a very high guard. Again, we're still waiting for that. Show you what the view looks like while we wait for their. Oh, they just hung it.
It's 6.
4 points for the Underhogs.
6 red.
To give them a total of 6. Yep. So.
Again, as soon as I fell down, I looked down at him like, son of a.
Looks like a nice draw behind.
Yep.
For the yellow.
Thank you. Nice draw. There's no commentating from in there. No commentating out here.
All right. Well, it looks like Sheet 8 just finished their end, but
Kind
they
of
just
look
hung
like
up. Yep.
1 red.
Well, they hung up 2 to give Freeze Dried Ambition.
Give yellow hammer.
Yep. Well, it'll be end up a 2-point steal to make it 6-3. So, remind everybody, in this particular Bonspiel, it's a 6-end format, and after 90 minutes, there'll be a bell. So about 15 minutes from now, they'll go out and ring the bell, and that just signals the teams to finish the end that they are playing. And if they haven't started their 6th end, then they'll just be done after that 5th, which might be an issue for a couple of our sheets. Definitely, I think Sheet C is only going to play 5. Unless they play an extremely quick 5th end following this. Because they still have, appears 4 more stones after the one they're currently working on, just for this 4th end. So, all of our other sheets should be able to start the 3rd end, or the 6th end, I should say, before the bell rings. Oh. And that one is unfortunately going to be short. Not even get into play. Hog that rock. There we go.
I think because it was wider, it may have been a little sloppy.
Yeah, that's just a straight good hit.
Yep.
And it rolls over behind the guard.
Looks nice.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Yep.
Can't tell if they're trying to freeze to it or if they're
Just
going to
gonna
try
do
and hit
draw. Or a draw.
it. As I say, a draw for a freeze or hit it. Looked on that weight, the best it could do here is a freeze. And it's got way too much speed to get over that far.
Yeah.
It was too heavy.
Might go through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Will.
Yep, the stone was too heavy. The thought was right. Okay. Taking out the guard, guarding their stone. This doesn't necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
The red. is
Well,
off to
as
the
wide as that
side.
is, it looks like it's going to hit the other back one and just trade off.
Only red. Their own red.
Yeah, they're just trading off stones there.
Yeah. Not sure what that is meant to.
Well,
I guess.
okay, or a hit and roll, stick two of them behind the guard. All right. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that certainly was kind of interesting call. Certainly surprising.
See, now they're going to take out the guard.
Yep. Pretty
Looks
narrow
like a
ice on
peel.
it, but yeah, definitely.
Oh, wasn't aiming at the broom.
Yeah, but I think it's got the right break to go ahead and take that out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Actually,
Ooh.
Oh my. Oh.
Wow.
Barely picked that one in the back.
Yeah,
Barely got anything.
you needed to get more weight behind that one to keep it tight.
Straighter.
Yep.
Yeah, more weight would have kept it straighter.
Yeah. So what I would do here is I would start trying to split the house with, because red's already sitting 3.
Looks like they're
They're-
trying to go 4.
Yeah, so they're up by 4 already. So they're trying to just curl in again. I probably would have put it on the opposite side of the house.
Yeah, I would have split the house.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with sticking it behind the guard, but like you say, I would have split the house.
Yeah. Because with them, I mean, they're sitting 4 now, but I would have preferred that one to be on the opposite side. Just
Well,
to,
because among other things, if they can hit that as a run back, they can take out those 2 stones.
yep.
Not just as a takeout, but if their takeout is a good run back.
Yep. And it certainly looks like that's what they're going to try to do.
Sorry.
They're trying to get the guard again.
Yep. It was a little off the broom.
A little bit, but I think the broom was not in the right position. I would have had the broom closer to that,
Yeah.
to that stone.
And then with it being wide of the broom made it even worse. So
Right,
definitely didn't do what they wanted there.
because the weight was okay for a takeout, but
Yep.
the target was just off.
Yeah.
Now it looks like they're going to split the house.
A little bit, but they're still giving it curl towards the center. And that is curling quite a bit.
Yeah, that might go up as a second guard.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to. Yeah.
Well,
Take it.
what that does is that basically takes away the run back because you're trying to run back 2 of them.
Right. So this looks like Split Squat's going to start trying to just draw in and start damage control.
Right.
Bye. What is that?
Oh, somebody's phone.
Yes, mine.
All right, so yellow just left that one a little high out as a
A
guard.
guard.
not really helping, but it is gonna, you know.
It's not helping them, but it's like
Yeah, this is certainly looking like this could be a big end for
red.
For red, yeah, for the
Underdogs.
Underhogs, who are already up by 4. So this, depending on how things work out in this end, because there's, you know, they're down to skip stones now. If this ends up being a big end for the Underhogs,
That's good for them.
well, it might just be the end of the game.
Yeah.
But yellow still has a couple rocks to work with to limit it, and but yeah, there's only
Looks like there's only 6 minutes left.
well, yeah. So they'll ring the bell in 6 minutes, and so whatever end they're playing is going to be the last end of the game. But
It probably will be the 6th. No.
I think,
sixth
yeah,
end.
I think that this game could have will possibly be able to start the 6th end before that bell starts.
Yeah.
But we'll see. There's certainly enough time for them to deliver just these last 4 stones total. And this is definitely going to be hogged for them.
It's gonna it's out.
Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna go through.
Well, it stopped short of the hog line, and then they just
Yeah.
pushed it. So.
They all knew it was go through. Or it might have touched the red line.
No, it stopped short of the hog line. It was hogged stone, so it didn't even make it into play before it stopped, so they just pushed it back. So we're down to, yellow's got 2 more shots here to try to prevent a big end. And it looks like we finally got the 4th end finished, or actually, no, I take that back. We are down to the hammer on the, in the 4th end on sheet C. Playing at a much more shorter pace, or slower pace, I should say, on sheet C than on our other sheets. So that is...
it just went through.
Yeah, they flashed that one through, which is not what they wanted.
And not gonna help them a lot.
Yep. So our feature sheet, we're down to last stone for the Underhogs, and then we'll have the hammer. I'll keep gonna pull up the all houses view so we can see the end number 4 on sheet C. See what happens here. Because it's hard to tell, but it looks like red's sitting 1, and that is, unfortunately, we're gonna go a little deep for yellow.
Yeah.
So
The 2 red, I'll count that yellow that just went.
Well, there's 2 other yellows that are in play, but I think that they're both out counted.
From
by
for that red.
Yeah, I think, although
They might, no.
we'll get a confirm. Well, yeah, because they're Curls for Girls is lining up to start and throw the first rock for their 5th end, which would mean it'd be a 1-point steal. So we'll switch back to focusing on our feature game again. For the hammer. So this is our hammer here for the 5th end on sheet B.
Hammer, rock.
We'll take anywhere in the red ring.
And
an easy shot. They should just move the hammer and do a draw to the button.
yeah, I mean the shot here is just a draw to the 4-foot to limit it to just, and they'll have to take just 1, but that's certainly preferable to
that many
giving
rocks
up,
over there.
Yeah, giving up 4 again.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to end up working for them.
It looks like it might not even make it.
No, that's...
Oh, it didn't make it.
Yeah, that's another
that's
4
like
points.
4 points for red.
Yeah,
And that's 10 points.
Yeah.
a
And
lot.
with another 4 points there, they're gonna finish out. They're gonna shake. Final score
2 minutes.
10-2.
I think they're just going to, yeah, they're not going to play the other end. I don't
No,
think.
they were doing handshakes, and so
And they're moving the rocks back down.
that will be it for our feature game. We'll switch over and start focusing on our alternate feature.
Which is
But we'll also keep you updated. So we're gonna switch to,
sheet.
yeah,
See?
yep. Oh, that is not what I wanted.
That is sheet A.
On. Here we go. Nope, that's not quite what I wanted either. Well, here.
Sheet A, it didn't make it to the house quite.
Yep. And that was the bell signaling that the end that the teams are playing is their last.
The last end they will play.
So this is going to be it. So they just started the 5th end on sheet C, so we'll have that game for a while. They're about midway through the 6th end over on sheet D, and sheet A is actually only got a couple rocks left in their 5th end, which will be their last. So we'll keep focus on sheet A for a second.
There is still less experience. It's not possible.
Do you know how to switch only to sheet
Oh, that's right.
So here's what's going on A. So that's going to be out of play.
A? It looks like it
Hit
touched the wall.
yeah,
or
the sideline.
Yeah. So it also looked a little light.
I think there was a
Yeah.
lot wrong with the delivery.
So focus over. Sorry about all the camera switching.
Shots, I just wasn't making them.
So see, there's the view of the far end where they're shooting towards on sheet A.
It looks like yellow's
I'll actually
one.
pull up the house view here.
Yeah. One
So-
yellow right now.
This is Red's last stone of this 5th end for them. So again, we're gonna just swap to our,
Looks like red has a nice draw behind.
yep, just swap to our all houses view to show the overheads of the houses for all of our games, so we can see. So over on A, this will be the hammer here.
Fine? You commentating?
Okay.
On sheet A, it looks like they're discussing what they should do.
Yep. So this is going to be yellow's hammer.
Yellow's last
Yep.
rock, which
So-
is hammer. They have hammer.
Yep. And yellow's currently sitting 1, but they need to
Need
try to get
get
at least.
two,
Well,
like
they need to
two.
get they need to get at least 3 because this is the last end. So and they need to get 3 in order
So
to
they
tie
could
the game.
tap this like that yellow in, and then hit and roll the red.
Yeah. So it's
The tough
certain.
shot.
Yeah. This is not going to be an easy shot for yellow to make to get the win here. But we'll keep it here on this view so we can see what's going on for all of our remaining sheets. Obviously, again, as you can see, the Underhogs beat Split Squad a final score of 10-2 after taking 4 in both of the 4th and 5th ends.
On sheet C, it looks like red just got through.
Yep. So we're halfway through the, that was red's 4th rock on sheet C for this end.
Sheet D's red rock just went through.
Okay, so on sheet A, that's gonna do it because that was the hammer just flashed right by. So yellow's gonna take 1, but unfortunately that is not gonna be enough. And that is gonna be the final for that.
For sheet A.
Yep, and so that's gonna end up being 6-4 for a final. Slider
Yep.
Squad coming up short in that last end. So, there we go.
Thank you.
So yeah, so we've got final scores now for
sheet A and B.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we can see what B was. Those four scoring ends are what hurt there.
Yeah.
Sheets A and D are still got good games going though.
Yep. So sheet D is the farthest through because they're already most of the way through their end. It looks like they've only got, they're down to skip stones on
Yep.
sheet D for this last end.
Their 6th.
Yep, it's their 6th and final end. And then we're into the second half of the 5th end here on sheet C, so it will likely be the last game to finish. But they'll only get 5 ends in instead of 6. And that is not going to help curls for the
them a
girls
lot.
because they bumped one of the yellows all the way back into the house. But
Yes, but they're still sitting 1 and it's buried.
yep, so it didn't do too much damage, but
That was a nice draw in there by It's Just the Fling. They're now sitting shot stone over on D.
yep.
I can't tell who has hammer. Man of Steel?
Oh, yellow just went
It's just the
through.
Fling has hammer this end.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, so now Man of Steel have got to freeze to that red, otherwise that'll be the it.
Yep.
Either freeze it or knock it out, one of the two.
Yeah, because this is Man of Steel's last rock for the end.
Right.
So they've got to get it done with this stone right here. From Skip Ken Clark, who is our resident webcasting expert, the one who put together our whole setup.
Oh.
And
That'll be it.
Yep.
That's a
One
handshake.
red.
Yep.
So now all we got left is sheet C.
Looks like it's on their last vice rock for red.
Yep. Right, here comes yellow's final vice rock. Well, yellow can see a little bit of that shot stone, not a whole lot.
Yep.
A tiny amount.
Okay.
That did not help PHSF.
Nope. Did not. The Post High School Fling, that's what it stands for.
Post High School Fling.
Yep.
All right then.
So we're down to Skips
stones.
rocks. Yep.
Let's see what kind of miracles the Skips can pull out here.
So this one's going to be coming in here in just a second, and you'll see it on the left-hand side of the sheet.
Maybe
Ooh, it
trying
looks like
to
they're
promote.
trying to.
Promote.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, that almost worked against them.
Yep. We get a better view here of the action. So we're still finishing up this first draw. Our second draw is scheduled to start in about 20 minutes, but I know they're probably going to take a few minutes after this game finishes to do some quick maintenance on the ice while we get everything reset and ready to stream our second draw. So we will be back once that draw starts. We're going to finish it out here, obviously, before we sign off, so we can show this whole thing. But we will probably end up being a few minutes late getting back on for the second draw with how long this game has been going. The stone is way on the outside.
Yeah, it's too heavy to curl too much to get in.
Yeah.
Though it might sneak into the edge of the 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Do we have an overhead shot? We do.
Yeah,
That
is close.
That's close, but I think red is still shot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But it is very close. That's much closer than I expected it to end, honestly.
Maybe not for long.
Yeah. So this is going to be the last rock here for curls for the girls, and I mean, given the current score, this very well could just be it, depending on what post-high school Fling wants to do.
No, because they need to score.
They need to score
4 to even up.
Yeah.
To even up.
Yep. Which is going to be considerably challenging, if not impossible.
Well, if they take out one of these stones, that'll be it. They won't be able to come back.
And that is certainly, oh, well, that's
nope.
That's not what happened.
That's not what happened. So they can still technically score a 4 here.
Yep. So there's the house view right now.
But it is not going to be easy.
No, it is not, because they've got to get rid of 2 red rocks.
The only shot they have is that high yellow, a run back into the yellow next to the shot stone, drive the shot stone out, and then they would be able to lie 4 then. That's the only shot they have.
Yeah.
Which is not the shot they're going for.
No.
So
This looks like a make the score look pretty hit and roll.
yeah. Which it's
Not quite
No, no.
there.
That's okay.
it's definitely one.
It's one, possibly two.
They might measure, they might not.
Well, considering the fact that the
Well-
measurement isn't going to affect the outcome,
Yep.
they're going to handshake.
Yeah.
Well, and they did hang the 2 briefly there for a second
Right.
before they shook. So that's going to be it. So we'll go back and we'll recap. So final scores on sheet A: Freeze Dried Ambition defeats Slider Squad 6-4. Our feature sheet: the Underhogs defeated Split Squad 10-2. In the game we just saw finish, Curls for the Girls won 5-3 over Post High School Fling. And on sheet D, It's Just the Fling beats Man of Steel 6-4. So we are going to sign off here for this first draw.
Bye-bye.
We will be back briefly in about 15 to 20 minutes to air our second draw of the day.
Bye.